All right, well, it seems to be that I am live. So I just want to double check, make sure I am where I need to be. Just doing a little adjustment. Hello, 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 and welcome, welcome, welcome. It is chilly out. Yes, it is. On the East Coast, it is like 27 degrees. Now, did you actually come here to listen to me talk to you about the weather forecast? Or do you want to get some insight on astrology and numerology and what the forecast is as we end March and move into April? So before I dive in, let me just make sure I am where I need to be. And I'm going to introduce myself for those of you who may not know who I am and dive into this juicy, juicy, juicy conversation that I'm going to have tonight with each and every one of you. Bring you into the knowing of what's going on as we start to end March. March energy. All right, so for those of you who might be watching on Twitter, go ahead and hit that little heart symbol. And if you want to share this out, please do. Let people know that I do pop on here to share some insight. All right, now I'm going to move into my YouTube channel and take a minute to check in. So bear with me. There we go. Loving the live. So bear with me. All right. If you are watching from the YouTube channel, do me 3 favors. First favor is hit that thumbs up. Let me know that you like this. Second favor, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe. And third favor, hit that I guess it's a bell so you know when I am going live. I just got to plug in. Here we go. So go ahead and do that so I know that you are here with me. All right, so we're all plugged in, ready to go. And now I'm going to go and land on the final page, which is where I'm going to spend most of my time for the evening, spending it on my Facebook page, where I know that some of you might actually be joining me. And if that is the case, I want to be able to entertain you, answer your questions as they come up, should they come up. And here we are. I see that Stella is here watching. Hopefully you're still with me. And please go ahead and share, like, and comment on my Facebook page so I know that you are here. And I will be checking in to see who pops in as you do pop in. When you do, say hi. Let me know that you are here. And if you can, and if you know it, which I'm sure you do, go ahead and put in the comments your sun sign, which is actually your your birthday information, and then your rising and moon sign, or also known as your ascending and moon sign, if you happen to know. So what's going to take place tonight, for those of you who do not know who I am, Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance and Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck, which is what I use when I provide a forecast or I provide a reading or whatever it might be. This is the deck that I use all the time. So for those of you who might be here for the first time, watching for the first time, this is how this is going to go for tonight. My big focus here when I'm coming to you for this evening is to share some insight in reference to the fact that we literally are 3 days away from ending March and moving into Aries energy. Now, when we think about, or should I say it this way, ending March and moving into April energy, we are in Aries energy already, as we've been in Aries energy since March 20th. So we've definitely been flowing into that Aries, but now we're actually changing out of March and moving into April. And let me just give you a little information about that, a little highlight on that and what that actually means for you. When we think about March energy, March carries the energy of a 3 because it's the 3rd month out of the year, which means the month of March was about how we created what we created, how we communicated, how we connected, how we brainstormed and marketed ourselves based on whatever it is we did. Now, when you combine that 3 with the collective energy of 2022, which is 6, you get a 9. And that 9 energy carried the vibration of helping us to transform, let go of things that no longer serve us in regards to marketing. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, there's been a lot of changes that I have been doing in regards to how I used to market myself, how I used to connect with different people. All of that has changed. And I'm kind of curious to know if that has happened for you as well. If there's been some changes in the way you network, communicate, connect, express, and market yourself. So now that we're moving out of that March energy, that 9 vibration, and we're moving into April's energy. April is the 4th month. So when we think about the number 4 in numerology, it's about building a foundation, working on your foundation, bringing more balance into that foundation, more stability. So think of it like a car with the 4 wheels. It stabilizes the car so the car doesn't tilt. The same thing with a chair that has 4 legs. It stabilizes so nothing tilts, nothing wobbles. And that's that April energy in regards to how can we bring more balance into this energy that we are going into in April. Now, when we talk about that collective energy, 2022, we're going to add that 6. Now, if you're not sure what that 6 is about, that 6 in numerology is all about how we heal, how we nurture. It's about our karmic lessons as well. And it's also about taking care of our health, fitness, and wellness. Now, let's take those 2 numbers, that 4 and 6, and bring it together. It works out to be a 10. So when we think about that 10 energy, that 10 in numerology, we're going to take those 2 numbers and separate them for just a moment. That 1 energy is about all the new beginnings that we are in the process of creating. So we are creating a new beginning in our foundation. We are creating a new way of balancing things out in this month. And then that 0 carries that vibration of having choices. There isn't just one way of doing something. You can have another way of doing something. So if the first way you tried didn't really work out so well, don't get frustrated and give up. Go a different route, because that's what that 0 carries. Now, when we think about that 10 energy, let me rephrase it. When we think about that 1 energy, new beginnings, independence, leadership, doing something for the first time. So with this April energy, you might be finding that you're going to be doing for the first time something brand new you've never done before. Even if you do it differently, you're still going to do it very differently to the point where it's like the first time of doing it. So that's what this April energy is all about. Now let's bring that 0 back into the equation as well and talk about that 10 energy in astrology. That 10 energy is astrology is associated with Capricorn, which is about the work that each and every one of us are here to do. Our spiritual journey, our purpose in reference to achievement, success, fame, accomplishments. So that April energy that we are moving into is really about our masculine role of taking action, new ways of doing things than we've done them before. And that's the big theme here. Now, just right off the back, as we're in the final week of March, when we think about these planets we have going on right now, at least for another maybe hour and a half, we have Venus, Mars, Saturn, and also the moon. And I just want to make sure there's nothing else in Aquarius energy in this last final week of March, at least for the last couple of hours, because the moon is going to rotate out of Aquarius and move into Pisces very shortly. And I'll talk about that in a minute as well. But when we think about Aquarius energy, with all those planets in Aquarius, there's a lot going on with our community, with the collective energy. So we think of Saturn, which is about structuring, restructuring. How are we restructuring that connection we have with our community, remembering that as we move into April, we are going to be doing things differently with our community. Now, when we think about Mars is a planet of action. So within this time frame, as Mars is still in Aquarius, at least until April 14th, there's going to be a lot of action taking place with connecting with community right now, and how that's going to look for you. Now, let's talk a little bit about Venus, which will only be there, believe it or not, for a little less than a week. Venus will be moving out of Aquarius and moving into Pisces on April 5th. So when we think that Venus energy associated with Aquarius, it's again connecting with your community in reference to relationships and even partnerships regarding business, because Venus is about money as well. So there's a lot of juicy energy going on in Aquarius in this final week of March. And just imagine how all these different planets are going to show up differently as we move into April. Because again, as I said, there's going to be some shifts taking place once we do move into the April energy. Two of those shifts, Venus and Mars, are going to be shifting out of Aquarius and moving into Pisces energy. And just a little less than, I believe it was 24 hours ago, Mercury moved out of Pisces, because Mercury was in Pisces for about 2.5 weeks, and now it's in Aries energy. So Mercury is helping, or should I rephrase it? Aries is playing a huge role in regards to Mercury with that communication. Aries is in first house energy. And as of April 1st, we have a new moon coming in as well. So Mercury being connected to Aries right now, and that new moon, and understanding the sun too. So right off the bat, we have 3 planets. And I also want to point out another planet that is also in Aries, which is Chiron. We don't want to forget Chiron. It's actually in retrograde. It's been in retrograde for some time now. And it's actually helping us tap into the wounded healer. So in addition to the moon, Mercury, and of course the sun, this energy is going to help us have that internal dialogue to really shifting things up and doing things a lot differently as we move forward. So for those of you out there who happen to be an Aries sun, moon, or rising, this is really going to be amped up energy for you. Now, I also want to bring to the table the invitation to remind you to take a look at your astrology chart and see where Aries is on your chart. Because you may not have a sun, moon, or rising in Aries right now, but you may have another planet that is in Aries, such as, for example, my chart, I have Mars and I have Chiron in Aries for me. So in addition to the collective energy of the sun, the moon, and Mercury, for me, that's going to be 5 planets that's playing in Aries for me, and how that's going to pan out. Now, if you are curious to know how these planets pan out for you, this is an invitation for you to definitely connect with me so you can better understand the theme that's taking place, and also so you can take advantage of this new moon that's coming on April 1st, which is a little less than 3 days away. And we're actually already feeling that energy, because we always feel it before it actually gets here. So this is what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to be pulling cards for all zodiac signs, from Aries working all the way down to Pisces. And this energy is going to really be focused on how this week, as we move out of March and move into April's energy, that format of moving out of that 9 energy into that 10 energy of new beginnings coming in, and how you can utilize the Mercury in Aries, the moon in Aries, the sun in Aries, Chiron in Aries, how you can utilize all that energy in Aries based on where it sits in your chart, whether or not you have Aries in your chart or not. And also want to point out as well, for those of you who have Libra in your sun, moon, and rising, which is the opposition of Aries, you too are going to be feeling this week's energy more so than someone who may not have Aries in one of those 3 collective energies. Such again, the collective energies are the sun, the moon, and Mercury, because those are the 3 planets right now that are actually in Aries. Now, wherever else Aries is on your chart, on your personal chart, that's going to amplify it even more. All right, so let's dive into this and see what's in store. So we're going to start with Aries, and I'm going to be pulling out 3 cards for each zodiac sign. And what I ask that you do is just keep track of what your sun, moon, and rising sign is. And also note that when I speak of Aries specifically, I'm also going to be speaking of that Mercury energy, the moon's energy, and wherever Aries is sitting in your chart. So those cards are going to be focused on those particular planets. And I'll speak more about the other planets when we come to the other zodiac signs. So let's see what's in store. All right, our cards. Like I said, we're going to go 3 cards. So if you know what your sun, moon, and rising sign is, remember to write down the cards that show up for you so you'll be able to come back later and sum it all up so you'll be able to really work on the energy tonight. Because again, the whole concept here is, because here are 3 cards, hopefully you're going to have up to 9 cards to work with, and possibly 7 of the chakras that you'll be able to work with as well. But more likely than none, you'll probably get to work with, I don't know, at least 3 of the chakras. Let's see what shows up for tonight. So for you Aries out there, again, sun, moon, rising sign, and if you happen to have a Mercury Aries, or if any of your other planets are in Aries, these 3 cards are going to tap into those energies. So the very first card is intuition. So you might start to use your intuition differently than you've ever used before, because again, let's understand the energy of April is about that foundation. And when you add it to that 6, it's about a new way of doing something. So you may very well start to use your intuition differently than you've ever done before. That 2 and 4 is 6, which is about utilizing your intuition so you can heal, and you might even begin to heal differently as well. So a lot of new opportunities coming in this week. Got to remember to stay grounded, because if you are not grounded, you're not going to be able to focus, and when you're not focusing, you can't possibly tap into your intuition. So be mindful to ground your energy. If you need to get out into nature, if you need to take a few more showers than usual, you want to get grounded and allow yourself to be in that space where you can feel more balanced and supported so you can connect with your intuition. That's the first card. And noticing that that card has a 4 in it, which is associated with that April energy. Second card also has 4s in it, which is reminding you how powerful you really are. And when we talk about that solar plex energy, that's tapping into your intuition. So your intuition is extremely powerful. You just have to remember how to use it and recognize that you're going to get a reboot here to help you use it differently. 4 is 8. So this is really about, when we think about that 8 energy, it's about the abundance. It's about that balance and harmony, but it's also about learning to let go of the old ways for how you used to do things and being open to that transformation of something new coming in and realizing how powerful you really are. So that solar plex energy is allowing yourself to trust and be open to using your intuition, but trusting it. Third card, interesting enough, also, which is really funny because this is all Aries energy for the first card, and every card has a 4 in it. 7 and 6 is 13, which is 4. So all 3 of your cards for Aries is associated with exactly that 4 energy, your foundation, bringing more balance into your foundation. That 4 energy is about the balance, about your foundation, about stability, about being patient as well. Because as you start to work on bringing more balance into your energy, you need to be patient with yourself. Nothing is going to, you're not going to build your foundation in one day. You have to work on it throughout the entire time of this Aries season, April season. The chakra here is the high heart. So you have to be compassionate with yourself as you go through this work, especially this week. The last week of March moving into April, this is a really important time to be patient with yourself as you undergo some of these new changes that are coming in. Love that for Aries. So Taurus. Now I just got done talking about how Aries has all this energy in it, where when we think about it, the sun is in Aries right now, Mercury's in Aries, and Chiron is in Aries. And whatever planets are in your chart that's in Aries amplifies that. Now let's talk Taurus, because Taurus is a big player this year for 2022 and actually for the next 18 months, because it's actually the North Node. So if you have Taurus as your sun, moon, or rising sign, that's a big player. And also reminding yourself that Uranus is in Taurus energy and has been in Taurus energy. So that's a lot of work. Uranus is our planet of, I like to call it the midlife crisis planet, but it really is about just sort of like rebuilding one's whole psychic abilities and psyche for that matter. So for you Taurus, there's a lot of energy going on in reference to how you are restructuring your physical and material possessions right now. So let's see what's in store for Taurus. All right, quite interesting on the first card that shows up and the second card. All right, don't make this stuff up. So Taurus, as I said, being that you guys have Uranus in Taurus and also the North Node is in Taurus, all three of your cards are showing up in reverse. So if you happen to have the Sun, Moon, or Rising in Taurus energy, please pay attention. Please make sure you do this work this week so you can really activate this whole energy of this new beginning coming in and all the energy that is wrapped up in Aries right now. And of course, your sign as well. So the very first card is about transformation, but it's in reverse, which means you need to pay attention. When a card shows up in reverse, you need to pay attention to the message. And you also want to pay attention to the chakra. Now, out of your three cards, two of them are in solar plex, which is really about allowing yourself to trust this process as we move into this week's energy. 1 and 8 is 9. So there's things you will be letting go of this week so you can start this new process in transforming this week. So that's your first card. Second card, interesting enough, also in reverse, is about an old soul. And what I get from this is that this card is actually speaking to you. The old version of you is dying off or has died off. And it's really, really important to start trusting that there's a different version of you. And it's really important to start activating and move into that transformation. Start activating that new version of you. 2 and 6 is 8. So that 8 energy is associated with that, the Scorpio energy in astrology, which is about letting things go, making space for something new to come in. You can't possibly put your new car in the driveway if your old car is there. You have to move the old car out so the new car can fit in. The same way for you. If you are still presenting that old version of yourself, you can't possibly attract a new people that's matching that higher vibration into your experience if you have not activated it yet. That 8 energy is also about that balance and harmony and recognizing all that you have succeeded and achieved up until now, which is how you're making that transformation. But the cards in reverse, so pay attention to that. And interesting enough, as we have, I love the sequence here for you, Taurus, because our very first card is 9. Second card is 8. Can we guess what the third card is? You guessed it. It's 7. Number 7. So we have 9, 8, 7, which means everything is in perfect order to what is taking place for you as we move into this week. But this is about a career change. So as you transform, as you let go of the old version of you and start to activate that new version of you, perhaps you may really want to say, what is it that I've been attracting that I'm no longer aligned to? This way, you open up that energy to let the universe know that you are ready to clear out what no longer serves so you can be aligned to that new career. After all, Taurus energy, that the Uranus is about that midlife crisis, that big change that's coming in for you now, and new beginnings taking place as we move into April. And we're in Aries season already. That 7 energy is about finding that balance, that when you do start into that new career, it's going to bring more balance into your life. And that's important for you right now. That 7 energy is about balance, about going within, and about making that connection and having a conversation with the universe to say to the universe, I'm ready. I'm ready to let go of the old version and activate this new version of me so I can be aligned to all the magic that's about to come in for you, Taurus. So I'm loving that. So Taurus, make sure you work on your solar plex energy because you have 2 cards there. But also your third eye needs to be activated as well so you can start to really see yourself as this new version of you because the old soul of you has died off. All right, guys, moving into Gemini. So, Gemini, it's quite quiet for your sign, thank goodness. There's not much activity going on in Gemini right now, other than the fact that, yes, the sun is in Aries, so that will definitely highlight some energy for you this week, recognizing that you too will have a new beginning going on. So let's just think for a minute here. Hold that thought. So you're actually in your 11th house energy. The sun sits in your 11th house energy, which is associated with that Aquarius energy, but you don't have too many planets floating around in your sign right now, which is pretty good, but you still have a lot going on with this week's energy in regards to the energy that's in Aquarius, the energy that's in Taurus, and whatever else is floating up in your chart. So let's see what's in store for you guys. All right. Okay, so Geminis, for you too, 3 of your cards are in reverse. We're looking at the root, the heart, and the throat chakra. Very first card in reverse is about engaged. So what do you need to engage in this week? How do you need to communicate? And it's so funny because the throat chakra, when we think about it, is really associated with Gemini energy. It's how you communicate. It's what you want to say. It's how you want to connect. So what do you want, who and what do you want to engage in? And very similar to the Taurus energy about the old soul leaving out, perhaps some of the things that you do engage in, perhaps it's time to let that go. Perhaps it's time to have a conversation to yourself and say that this no longer serves me and it's time for me to move on. So that 27 is the 9 energy. So it's time to let go. And if you need to have a conversation, to verbally say this to whomever it is, maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a friend, whomever it is, or maybe it's just a conversation with the universe, similar to Taurus energy, of saying, I've outgrown this energy and I'm ready to activate a different version of me. So engage in that conversation so you can have that transformation, letting go of old things that no longer serve you. That's your first card. It's in reverse. And interesting on the second card, spiritual guidance. So just as I said, when you're connecting with the universe, to let the universe know that you are ready for activating a higher version of you, the spirit guides are welcoming you and reminding you to have this conversation. 3, 4 is 7. So take time between now and this new moon and really set into action at least 10 things that you would like the universe to help you with this new moon in regards to charging up this new energy. There's new opportunities for you. It's going to bring a more peace and calmness into your heart. That 7 energy is about more balance coming in, but also being able to like sit quietly and make that connection with the universe. Cards in reverse though, so pay attention. And I'm loving this next card, which is also in reverse, which is freedom. So as you connect with the universe and let the universe know that you are ready to activate this new version of you and do these new things and communicate differently and really make that connection with your spirit guides, you will have more freedom. More freedom. Very important to stay grounded this week, because if you find yourself being scattered and all over the place, you're not going to be able to focus on these new opportunities that are coming in and being aligned to the higher vibration. And I'm loving how these cards are in reference to 975, where Taurus was 987. You guys are 975. So quite interesting on that scenario numbers. Recognize that number 5 is really about making the changes this week, using this powerful energy between that Aries energy to help you communicate. That Mercury in Aries, as for you Geminis, it's about engaging in something, having the motivation, the desire to say something and change something so you could be a different version of you by time Aries ends. How exciting would that be? All right, so lots of changes coming in so you can have the freedom you're looking for, but it's really important to ground your energy this week. Otherwise, you're going to be a little disoriented. All right, so that is Gemini. So Cancer. Cancer energy. How are you, Cancers? So it's a little quiet for you Cancers as well, although again, keeping in mind Pluto is still in Capricorn, which is your opposition sign. So there's a lot still going on there. But in regards to where you are in your sun energy with this Cancer, it really is about your 10th house energy, which is about the work. So Aries is going to help you do the work that you need to do, especially this beginning of the week. All this new energy that's coming in, you're going to have motivation, you're going to have desire, it's almost like someone's going to light your fire this week for you to take some action regarding the work you need to do. Your soul's purpose, whether it's your physical, your professional or personal life, you are going to definitely be in alignment to taking action this week. Very powerful. So let's see what cards are in the store for you so you could do that. All right. All right. So to start off with, interesting, I did shuffle. I really did. Okay, so here we have it for you Cancers. We're looking at the sacral energy, the high heart, and the throat. 2 of your 3 cards are in reverse, which means you need to pay attention this week, starting right off with paying attention with your health. So again, when we talk about that 10th house energy, about your soul's purpose. So there is something going on with your health. You definitely want to bring your attention to that this week. Do something different with your health. So maybe it's changing your dietary habits. Maybe it's becoming more physically active. Maybe it's getting more water into your diet. Maybe it's even about rest or movement. That's 3-3. This is really about how you are the master creator, teacher, and healer at the same token. Your sacral energy is powerful in this energy because it really is about moving into what action you need to take this week, and also how you need to get support at the same token. So the action you need to take doesn't have to be you don't have to be the one to take all the action. You can move into that feminine energy and ask for support. So that's that sacral energy. 3-3 is that 6 vibration. So this is really about your health and wellness. So this is a week for you to make some changes with your health and wellness. Let's see what the next card says. It's in reverse though. Next one, also a 6 energy, which is about healing. So this week is a really powerful week for you to start healing, whether it's health related to the point of something physical, or maybe it's health related to the point of something spiritual. But there's definitely some healing work going on for you Cancers this week. So this is really about the matters of the home. When we think about it, that 6 energy is about the home. When we think about your home, it could be the shelter you live in or your actual body. So where do you need healing? What part of your body do you need to heal? Is it the heart? Is it your belly? Is it your hips? Where do you need to heal this week? Card is in reverse. Interesting enough, on the next card that shows up, it's about love partnership. So in regards to, as you start to heal your health and you start that healing process, what kind of partnerships can you fall in love with? Who are you going to fall in love with this week? How are you going to communicate this week? That 6 and 3 is 9. So that 9 energy is really about that transformation you're taking place, that decluttering, that letting go of something so you can move into a love partnership, a loving relationship. So that's really fun for Cancer. But Cancer, make sure you note that you have the double 6 here. You have a 33, which is about how you are the master creator, master teacher, master healer. You are sacrificing. But it's very important to take note of your health so you can begin to heal. And that healing is going to lead into a love partnership. So I'm loving that. That's a 9. That's a transformation. So this week, as we move into all this amazing Aries energy, Mercury, Sun, Moon, very powerful to communicate. Love that. All right, so Leos. All righty. So Leos, because you are the opposition sign of Aquarius, you have a lot of energy going on with you as well. After all, again, we have Saturn, we have Venus, we have Mars right in there with Aquarius. And probably for just a little less than an hour, we still have the moon in Aquarius. It will be moving out though. So for you Leos, you're in your ninth house energy, which is really about maybe it's a time for you to travel this week. Traveling to a different place is what I just heard. Different place. You're not going to travel to the same place. So maybe you're going to travel differently to go to work, not take the same route. Travel a little bit, more spiritual wisdom showing in for this week. Let's see what's in store for you guys. Love it. All right, so for you Leos, two of your cards are in reverse, one's upright. We're looking at the root chakra twice. So the very first card that shows up in reverse is new relationship. So again, perhaps you're traveling a different route to get to work because that's going to possibly bring you into a new relationship. You might meet somebody as you move into a different route. Now that 2-8 energy is about that 10. What you're here to do, your soul's purpose, your soul's calling. Also recognizing perhaps as you might even take on a workshop or a new class or whatever not, you're definitely developing a new relationship with yourself and also a new relationship with somebody else. So being mindful this week. Use that new energy. Use that door to move into a new relationship. Cards in reverse, so it's really important to stay grounded this week. So do what you need to do so you can ground your energy, so you can be aware that if somebody new comes into your path, that you'll get to know who they are. Second card is change. So again, we said new relationship. And you are in your ninth house, so you're going to be traveling different this week. Got a lot of changes coming in. That 5 is also about wanting to have fun, which is your sign anyway. You like to have fun. You like to be more creative. You like to be expressive. So it's right up your alley in that 5 energy. But a lot of that 5 is coming with the way you communicate. Perhaps, again, you might be taking a class. You might be teaching a class, but you're definitely doing something different than you've ever done before. So be open to the changes coming in with that. I'm loving the third card. In reverse, though, it's about being a leader. So it really works well with that second card in reference to being a teacher. And notice both cards have 5s in it. So lots of 5s coming in. And both cards have 10s in it. So there's a lot of changes coming in regards to your soul's purpose, the work that you came here to do. You came here to be a leader. Cards in reverse. This week, it's going to be really important for you to step into that role as being a leader. So you may find yourself becoming a little overwhelmed because there is a lot of energy in your opposition sign. There's that Saturn energy, which is about restructuring the way you do things. That restructuring is helping you to become that leader. It may cause you to get a little anxious, but stay grounded so you can be the leader you're meant to be. That double 5 is that 10 energy. That's your soul's purpose, your achievements, your accomplishments, your success, your fame. But it's also, when we think about that 10 energy, it's associated with your masculine energy and also how you see yourself as a father and how you look up towards your father as well. So very important to stay grounded. That energy of the opposition of Leo, where we have the Saturn, we have Mars, and we have Venus sitting all in that to help you be the leader that you're looking to be, and that creates a new relationship, not only with yourself, but a new relationship with everybody around you. Lots of changes going on just within this week, the first week of April energy as we move out of March energy. So there's a lot of new opportunities coming in. Be open to it. Love that. Love that. So we are moving into Virgo now that we just spoke about Leo. For those of you who might be just popping in, I am reading all the zodiac signs, 3 cards for each zodiac. That's representing the sun, moon, and rising. But you can also look into any other planets that might be in that specific zodiac sign and apply those cards to that as well. And if you are watching, leave a comment and let me know that you are here. And let me know if you happen to know your sun, moon, or rising sign. And if you happen to be in Aries, because that's the sun energy that we're in. All right, Virgos. Let's talk about Virgos now. Virgo, you are in your 8th house energy, so you might be doing a little decluttering. You might be clearing out some space to make space for new things to come in. So let's see what's in store for you. And being that you are the opposition sign of Pisces, there is a lot of energy in Pisces where we still have Neptune, we have Jupiter, and in a few days, we will have several other planets moving into Pisces, such as Venus and also Mars moving into Pisces. So there's going to be a lot of energy in Pisces over the next within a week or two. So you Virgos might be feeling a lot of this energy amplifying up. Whoops, there goes the cards flying across the room. Let me go get that one. Give me a moment. My goodness, they just go flying. All right. I'm watching myself as I'm trying to pick up the cards that are flying all over the place. I just want to check into something. Give me a second. I just want to double check. Just checking into something. Just want to verify. I'm on Virgo energy as we speak. Just want to verify something, making sure I am giving you the right information. I am. Perfect. All right. So I am back. So, okay, let's get back into our cards for Virgo. First card is up already. Let's see what else is in store. As again, you Virgos have a lot of energy in your opposition sign. And based on where the Aries is in the sun energy, that puts you in your 8th house, which is all about the things you are transforming this week. All right, so here we have it for you Virgos. All 3 of your cards are in upright position. Yay. So we start off with self-love. What does self-love look like for you? What do you do for self-love? And it's really important for you to apply self-love into this week. Whereas when we think about all the energy that is in the Pisces, your opposition sign, and everything that's taking place in Aries energy right now, it really is about your work. 7 and 3 is 10. It's the work that you're here to do and how you're going to be doing that work a little differently than you're familiar with. Why it's really important to get grounded. You may find that you go to work and your boss is going to say to you that he might present to you a promotion, taking you to the next level in your job. That self-love, how you want people to treat you as well is how you treat yourself. Okay, so that 10 energy is really about how you see yourself, the achievement, success, the fame that you want to be known for, and you want to be recognized in your job place. So it's very important to be grounded. Now, in regards to that, as I said, that new opportunity that's coming in, it's really important to be patient as well, because you may be learning a new skill that might take you a little time to learn. Do not get frustrated with yourself. That 4 energy is very much associated with the April energy, the balance, the foundation, where you are building a new foundation, whether it's a new foundation professionally or personally, but there's definitely a new foundation coming in. When we think about the 4 in astrology, is related to home. It's related to home, it's related to family. And I like to say when we think about that 10 energy is Capricorn, which is the father figure and your masculine energy. The 4 energy is Cancer, which is mother and feminine energy. So a lot of feminine and masculine energy going on for you this week. And leading right into that fun, it's definitely important to have fun this week. You want to play. You want to be very playful in your conversations. You want to make sure you're not taking your conversations too seriously. And that 7 energy is you want to bring balance. As it says there, you want balance. So whatever it is you're going to do for play, make sure it's allowing you to love you. Communication is key. So what you say to yourself, what you say to your inner child this week. So that's a lovely card to work with. That 7 energy, that balance with them, sitting quietly, but being patient with yourself as well. and allowing yourself to play with that feminine and masculine energy, being open to receive and let someone else help you do something that you're used to doing on your own this week. And then also at the same token, taking action for some of the things that you're used to allowing other people to do for you. So flip it around, if that makes sense. Loving the energies though, 10 and 4 and 7. That 7 energy is really about going within and allowing yourself just to be still. That 10 and 4 is that feminine and masculine energy. I'm loving how that matches up there. All right, moving into Libra. So Libra, you have a lot going on in your sign as well because you're the opposition of Aries, and you also have a full moon coming in towards the end of the month of April. So when we think about that Libra energy, it is about the balance between, let's see here, and obviously it's your seventh house, which is all about bringing more balance and being able to justify why you want balance. When we think about Mercury in Aries energy right now, communicating, how can you communicate and find that balance between listening and communicating? How can you find that balance? Let's see what cards you need to work on this week. What chakras to really benefit from the Mercury, the Sun, the Chiron energy, and even the Moon, which will be on April 1st. So let's see. All right. So for you Libras, interesting cards. 2 of your cards are in reverse, one's upright. We're looking at being fearless this week. So we are really, really working that balance of letting go of your fears. So whatever it is that you're afraid of, there's an expression. Do it anyway. If you're afraid of it, do it anyway. The only way to get out of your fears is by doing. 7 and 8 is our 15 energy, which is about 6. It really is about healing and working through a karmic lesson this week. So whatever is coming in for you regarding that Mercury energy and that Chiron energy, it really is about working through your fears this week so you can heal that perhaps childhood experience that you've been holding on to up until now. That sacral energy is about your childhood experience. This is about the inner child that perhaps there's certain things you don't do because you're afraid. Allow yourself to do that this week. There will be challenges that will present themselves for you to work on being fearless. And I'm loving the next card. Next card is about compassion. So as you move into being fearless, be compassionate to yourself. Be kind to yourself. See yourself pushing through those fears. See yourself pushing through those fears. 4 and 9 is 4. This is your foundation. You are really working on something within that inner child. And start to see yourself as this fearless individual. Let go of whatever it is that you've been holding on to since the younger version of you, so you can actually see yourself being more fearless in this week's energy. Interesting card to come next, which is about surrender. It's in reverse, so surrendering. You are working on letting something go. You are changing this week. So we have that 6 energy, we have that 4 energy, and we have that 5 energy. So when we think about it, we have 4, 5, and 6. Not necessarily in the exact order, but those are the cards we're looking at. So lots of changes. You have to be willing to surrender so you can be fearless and be compassionate to yourself while you do this work this week. So you are changing. Lots of changes coming in. There's going to be opportunities that's going to show up to present themselves so you can be fearless. And it could be a little anxious ridden, but sit quietly, allow yourself to see yourself being fearless in whatever it is you need to do, and surrender your fears, surrender your doubts, surrender whatever took place in your childhood, and allow yourself just to heal. That's 6 energy. Love that for Libras. It's going to be a interesting ride for you Libras, because again, it's about that Mercury energy of communicating to yourself, speaking to your inner child, talking your inner child out of whatever fears he or she has experienced, and using that Chiron Aries energy to push through and heal the wounded child, the wounded healer, as we call it. All right, so we have Scorpio now. So Scorpio energy, Scorpio. So Scorpio, this is a week for healing. This is a week of health and fitness. This is a week about scheduling. This is about organizing. So you might find yourself making some appointments in reference to hitting the gym, hiring a nutritionist, whatever it may be, but this is definitely your week of health, fitness, and wellness. That's 6 energy. Doing things differently than you've done them before. Maybe you've had been doing a workout before, but you want to try it out differently this time around. So this is your time to do just that. Let's see what chakras you're going to work on this week so you can gain the upper hand in this work for healing this week. Oh, love the first card. Interesting. One more slip. All right, love it. All right, Scorpios, here we have it. One card in reverse, the other two upright. We're looking at the root, the sacral, and the crown. So it's an interesting week. As you are doing this work this week in reference to healing, it's about self-love. That 10 energy showing up here, which is all about your soul's purpose, your soul's mission to why you are here. But it's very important in that healing process this week to indulge in self-love, recognizing that it is time to heal. And the more you do heal, the more you're going to fall in love with yourself. Grounding this week as well. Anytime we're doing soul's work, our soul's purpose, it's really important to stay grounded. Otherwise, we get a little distracted. That 7 and 3 is that 10 energy of your soul's purpose, achievement, success, and even for that matter, recognizing that masculine energy, but also maybe even healing some of the inner child wounds related to a father figure or your father for that matter, or even just a masculine energy. More self-love. And what I'm hearing here as well is that maybe as a child you didn't get the love you were looking to get, and that actually the person who didn't give you the love you were looking from was your teacher. So it's an opportunity to heal that situation as we speak. Second card, interesting enough, completion. So that 9 energy, this is a transformation week for you. This is a time to transform. This is a time to work that sacral energy, that feminine and masculine energy. This is a time to really let go of anything that's going to prevent you from healing. So we have that 10 energy, we have that 9 energy. Guess what's showing up next? And this card's in reverse. So it's really important to work that sacral energy so you can begin to heal that sacral wound and in the child stuff. Manifestation. So with all this amazing energy that we have coming in this week, with moving out of March and into April, the new beginnings that are showing up, this is your week to manifest. Manifest healing, manifest self-love, manifest that new relationship with self and others. 1 and 9 is 10. So here we have it, 10, 10, 10. We also have it in the 9 energy. So we have 10, 9, 10. So it's a really powerful, powerful energy here. So use your crown. See yourself as a higher version of you and do this work this week so you can heal and really start to heal that relationship that you might have had some issues with a male figure. This is your time this week to make amends and start a new beginning. So there's a completion, there's a transformation. So that's powerful for Scorpios. Scorpios, a very powerful week. It's about, again, mending that masculine energy, whether it's your father, a father figure, a brother, a male friend, whatever it is, but it's about mending this week and recognizing that that person was actually teaching you how to truly love yourself. So thank them. And make sure you get grounded this week. Tap into that sacral energy and really move into your higher self. All right, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is your week to have fun. This is also your week to be more expressive, using that Mercury Aries energy to your advantage, where you can learn to communicate, you can learn to express, you can learn to create. So let's see what's in store for you. card is repeating itself. All right. All right, so Sagittarius, out of your 3 cards, 2 are in reverse. We're looking at solar plex, heart, and crown. Let's start off with first card, manifestation. This showed up in Scorpio, so if you happen to be Scorpio Sag, that's a big one for you guys. This is about manifesting this week. This is about, again, having fun, being the manifestor, being the manifestor wizard is what I just heard. Using this new moon and applying 10 wishes in reference to the things you wish to manifest that's going to match your higher self. That 10 energy is what you're here to do, your soul's purpose. And seeing yourself as that and recognizing that you are the creator to your journey. So whatever it is you wish to create, you can by manifesting it. Second card's in reverse. Okay, so this is really about recognizing that whatever it is you want to manifest, you have to trust that it will happen. You have to trust that it will happen. If you put that energy out there in reference to your wishes, and then you start thinking, well, it's not going to happen, then you're not trusting, and that's where the solar plex gets all funky. You are a powerful manifester. You are definitely a powerful manifester. 4-4. So again, that 4 is your foundation, but it's the 8 energy. The 8 energy is about the things you need to let go of. You need to let go of doubting how powerful you really are. You have to let go of how powerful, the doubt that you have about how powerful you really are. Okay, so this is Sagittarius energy. That 8 energy is about letting go of doubting yourself, of how powerful you really are, and recognize that you can manifest whatever it is you want to manifest. Hello there, Karen. How are you? So those of you who are popping in, whether you're popping into Facebook or on my YouTube or Twitter page, especially those on my Facebook page, put in the comments that you are here by saying hi. And I'm just at the Sagittarius energy. I have 3 more zodiac signs to go. You will definitely have to come back and re-watch when the video goes on the replay to find out what signs are you, unless, of course, your sun, moon, and rising happens to be the last 3 signs that I'm going into. In any case, 4-4. That 4 energy is about that connection between April and Aries energy. This is about building that foundation and recognizing how powerful you are so you can build your foundation. Cards in reverse, though. So let's talk about that third card, which is also in reverse. If for whatever the reasons are, you start to doubt how powerful you are, your spirit guides want you to connect with them. Your spirit guides are a part of your manifesting and a part of how powerful you are. When you connect with your spirit guides, they're literally going to help you put everything in order. So that 3-4 energy, that 7, to allow yourself to just sit quietly and meditate and connect, that's very important for this week, so you can create the things you're looking to create this week. Very important for that. Very, very, very important. So that 7 energy is about that balancing, going within, being quiet, making the connections, visualizing what it is you wish to manifest, and recognize that you're powerful enough to manifest. So the next thing I hear loud and clear is be careful of what it is you are focused on, because if it's something you don't want to manifest because you are so powerful in manifesting, it will manifest. So if there's anything going on in your life right now, recognize you are the creator to that. So if you don't want that in your life anymore, you need to let the universe know that you are ready. You are open to releasing what you no longer want to attract. And you're open to being this different version of who you are. So that is Sagittarius energy. We're moving into Capricorn. So Capricorn, you are in your 4th house energy, but you also have a lot of energy, and there's been a lot of energy in your Capricorn energy because of Pluto. Pluto has been in Capricorn for quite some time, doing a lot of work in regards to dismantling what doesn't serve. And because this Aries energy is associated to your 4th house, this is about your home. This is about your home in reference to your shelter with your family and also your body as well. So this week particularly, because of the all the energy that's going on right now with Mercury in Aries and Chiron in Aries, the sun in Aries, and eventually the moon will be in Aries. This is really about your work that you need to do on your physical body, taking care of your body, doing things differently, going about things in a different way than you've ever done before. So let's see, what chakras do you need to work on this week so you could be in line to this new way of doing things? Remembering that new energy is coming from the numerology of that 4 plus 6. 6 comes from the collective energy. This is about new doorways opening, doing things differently, doing things in a different way that you've never done them before so you can have a different outcome. This is also in relation to the connection you have with your mother. And it's also in relation to the connection you have with mother figures and what you're mothering, what you're working on this week. So let's see, 2 cards that are popping in. Last card. All right, so quite interesting because as we say, Capricorn is associated with the 4th house energy with associated to Aries right now. And the first card that shows up in reverse is Reiki. Okay, so those of you who are a Capricorn, go ahead and redeem your 10-minute complimentary Reiki treatment. If you're a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, please go ahead and redeem your 10-minute complimentary Reiki treatment. All you need to do, if you're watching on Facebook, just write in the comments, yes, Reiki. If you're watching through YouTube or Twitter, go ahead and email healingwithin76@gmail.com to redeem your 10-minute complimentary Reiki treatment. Please redeem this within the next 24 hours. After that, after March, what is tomorrow, 29th? After March 30th, this is no longer valid. Very important for you to have this Reiki treatment so you can be in this 4th house energy to dealing with your family and your home, your physical body. Interesting on the next card, which is 7-6, which is right there aligned with that 4th house. Finding balance in your home, finding balance in your body, finding balance in your foundation. That high heart energy is about more compassion and kindness and peace that you need to bring in when you find that balance. And really interesting on the 3rd card is also 4. So we have balance, we have compassion. The high heart is about that peace and calmness and compassion you want to bring into your home and to your body. And it says it right there. 3rd eye. This is what you want to start visualizing. Again, very similar to this whole process of you are the creator. So if you want more harmony and balance within your body and in your home, you have to be the one to create it. Because again, whatever's showing up externally is what's going on within. So if you are not seeing peace and calmness externally, it's because you're attracting not seeing peace and calmness. So it's really important to line yourself with more balance and be more compassionate with yourself and others. And redeem that 10-minute complimentary Reiki treatment within the next 24 hours. So that's Capricorn in the 4th house. All right, Aquarius. Now, again, as I said earlier on, there's a lot of energy in your sign. Right now, we have Venus, we have Mars, we have Saturn, all in Aquarius energy right now. So if you happen to have Sun, Moon, or Rising in there as well, that's a lot of energy going on for you. And when we think about just Saturn in itself, Saturn is about restructuring. Saturn is about reorganizing things in your community, within yourself. And when we think about Mars, Mars is about taking action. So whether you're looking to do it or not, this energy is going to push you to do it. And if you're not going to be aligned with what the universe wants you to do, this could be pretty messy for you this week. So really start thinking about doing it differently. So if you're in the habit of resisting, be open to just allowing the universe to be the driver. All righty, let's see. Interesting cards. So I'm loving the cards for Aquarius. And why? When we think about Aquarius energy in itself, Aquarius energy is associated with community, with humanity, with connection, when we think about it. And all three of your cards are associated with connection in one way or another. You have one card in reverse, the other two upright. Let's start off with abundance, financial abundance. So in this amazing energy of that three, you're in your third house energy. This is about how you can communicate and how you can create more financial abundance into your life using your third eye. So if you are focused on not having enough money, or not having enough clients, or not having enough whatever it is you do, redirect that focus and you'll start to attract more financial abundance into your situation. 1 in 7 is 8. So let go of the old mindset and be open to something new coming in. You are the creator to this journey. You are the creator and you are the main player. And using Saturn to help you restructure your whole format of how you look at money. Use Mars energy to help you like have that energy, that motivation to just stop doing things the old way and move into doing something brand new. And then you have Venus. Venus is helping you in reference to your finances this week. So start looking at it in a different way. Use your third eye to start creating that financial abundance and watch those doors start to fly open with new opportunities showing up for you. I'm loving the second card. Also eight, no, a number 8 as well. Lots of 8s in these 3 cards. You'll see why in a minute. So the question here is marriage. So when we think about marriage, yes, we could talk about the traditional, like someone gets a proposal and get married, or we could think about what you're married to. Habits, beliefs, programming, your journey. What are you married to, and is it still working for you? If those principles are not working for you, it's time to hitch them. It's time to ditch them out and start creating something that serves your highest purpose. As humans, we get so comfortable doing things that we're so used to doing that we hold on to something that might have expired already. Perhaps it's time to allow yourself to be led by your higher self and even saying to the universe that you are ready to move into that higher vibration, that different version of you, which means you're going to start attracting things that's going to match that different version of you. So what are you married to? What principles, what habits, what beliefs, what programming? And maybe it's time to let it go. 8 and 8 is 16, which is a 7. So this is about bringing that balance into your energy and what you want to create in that marriage. The marriage that you have with yourself and the marriage that you have with your community as well. It's also about the marriage. If you happen to be married, how can you bring more balance into that marriage? How can you bring more balance into that marriage? How can you create the marriage you desire? So yes, it could be the traditional marriage, and it could also very well be habits, beliefs, programmings, and just the way you do things. Letting go of what no longer serves the higher version of you. That's that double 8 energy. Love that. Last card, and why you're going to understand what I mean about all these 8s. Your last card is also an 8 in reverse. So this is definitely a week where you get to utilize this Aquarius energy, the structuring, the Mars energy of taking action, the Venus energy of helping you to create a better relationship with money and seeing yourself more successful. Rather than, again, focusing on not having enough, focus on what you do have and allow it to expand. Trusting that everything is in perfect order for you and that there's a new door that's going to open and plenty of opportunities are coming in for you this week. This week, as we move out of that March energy and move into the April energy, and I have to say it that way because it's based on numerology, that April energy leads into some new beginnings. So a lot of success coming in. You just have to trust it. That's the most important, the cards in reverse. So really work on your solar plexus and start trusting that you can create the financial abundance you're looking to have in your life. You just have to be willing to let go of some of the things that no longer serve your new principles, your new programming, your new belief system. So that is Aquarius. All right, Pisces. So that was interesting for Aquarius. Very powerful. So Pisces, yes, Pisces. You guys are in your second house energy. And there's a lot of energy in Pisces as well. Very similar to Aquarius and also Aries for that matter. Pisces, you have right now, you have you have Jupiter, you have Neptune. You also have Yeah, I think you just have Jupiter and Neptune in your energy right now, which is a lot of energy in itself. And some big players there. They've been there for some time now. So, and you're in your second house energy, which is really about physical and material possessions. Also, and within on April 5th, Venus will be moving into Pisces. And April 14th, Mars will be moving into Pisces. So there'll be a lot more energy coming into Pisces. But for right now, you just have Jupiter and Neptune there. And I should actually rephrase that. As of now, you also have the moon there. So you have Neptune, Pisces, Neptune, Jupiter, and the moon there, all in Pisces energy, really helping to expand your spiritual gifts. And when we think about that moon energy, it's really how you feel about all of that as well. So let's see what's in store for you guys. I think I'm going to end up losing my guys on the phone here because my battery is dying. Let's see if I can push through this very quickly. All right, so for you Pisces, loving the cards for Pisces. One card in reverse, the other two upright. Final card, final zodiac sign going on. Reverse card is success. So this showed up in Aquarius as well. So if you happen to have Aquarius and Pisces and Sun, Moon, or Rising in the same, this is a power card for you guys. This is a card you got to pay attention to because in Aquarius it was also in reverse. So it just lets us know that, again, it's really important for you to start trusting and that you are entitled to abundance. You are entitled to success, and you are successful. So it's really important to work on your solar plex and start seeing yourself as successful. You're not a failure. It's time to be successful. So work on that energy. The achievements, the success, the awards. Recognize all that you've done up until now and see yourself as successful. Second card, which I'm loving this one, is completion. So when we think about that completion, what is coming to an end for you, Pisces? What is changing for you? When we think about that sacral energy, it really is all about having confidence here. That 9 energy is about letting go of something, decluttering, transforming, decluttering and transforming. Using that second house, your physical and material possessions. What do you need to declutter? What do you need to transform out of? And the next card is all about change. There is major change coming in this week. Freedom, for that matter. So whatever it is that you are working on letting go of so you can be more successful, it's going to be freedom. You're going to retain freedom. But there's got to be a change to take place here. That change is going to lead. You're going to need to be courageous this week so you can make those changes. And get grounded so you can stay focused. And recognize that as you make the changes, success is coming in. That's a biggie for Pisces. All right. Love that for Pisces. And again, remembering that Neptune, Jupiter, and the moon are helping you out this week to help you see yourself more successful, completing something. There's something coming to an end. You're going to have some freedom. There's a lot of changes going on. There's a new opportunity coming in, but you got to be willing to do the work. All right, guys. So that's all 12 zodiac signs. Hopefully, each and every one of you will be working at least, if not all 7 chakras, at least 3 of 7 chakras you'll be working on. I would love to know how this lands with you. So to do that, all you need to do is email healingwithin76@gmail.com. Let me know how this lands. Let me know that a week from now, what showed up for you. How was it to work with the chakras that needed to be worked on? And how this amazing energy, as we move out of March and we move into April, how's it all land with you? I look forward to connecting with you all again real soon. But for now, enjoy this amazing energy. And in less than 3 days, we will be in a new moon on April 1st. So remember to take your blessings, write out your wishes, write about 10 wishes that you will love this new moon to help you with. And I will do my best to come and do a new moon reading as well. But for now, have a great night.